Okay, there we go. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rumble cast. Today, as you can see, we have a very special guest here. We have Callie Mack in. How are you doing, Callie? That's good. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right. And man, it feels so weird to be scheduling around the Australian. Oh, it's what have I done? Neither of you can be heard because, for whatever reason, OBS decided to do the thing where it disabled the audio channel for desktop audio. So now you can hear her.
Scream into the void. Oh, wait, no. Oh, man, I was enjoying screaming into the void. Hi, hopefully.
There we go. How are we doing? And thank you to everybody that's subscribing. Much appreciated. So, yes, we are here with our special guest, Callie. Gonna ask the question again so people can hear the response. How are you doing today?
Well, I had to tell my joke again and whatnot. Hi, I've been up since 2 a.m. Super excited for the interview. No, I just couldn't sleep and whatnot. Well, I fell asleep for 5 hours on a chair and whatnot and woke up at 2 a.m. I was like, okay, I guess this is just my life. I'm staying up.
That is very relatable. I definitely feel that.
Yeah, we were talking about it just before we started, but it's kind of a reunion for me and Callie as well right now.
Yes, we are having ourselves a little friend reunion here.
About 15 years ago.
Yeah, 15 years, that's crazy.
15 years ago.
For some of my old people who have been before fun times with Woomies days, that's how old.
Yeah, like 360. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, 360.
Yes, you told me some very fun stories of you guys dominating the leaderboard in Sega, Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that again for Crossworld because Crossworld actually has good net coding.
Yeah, and it's crossplay.
Honestly, we could even do a live stream.
Oh yeah,
we could? Yeah, I'd be down for that one. No, I really hope that you can team up in that game, and just join into matchmaking lobbies just to race and compete, just like in Mario Kart. That'd be cool.
That is something I'm hoping for as well. Really excited for Extreme Gear in that game as well.
Oh my god. Yes.
But all right.
I scream.
I know we are talking about Crossworlds, but the topic is Sonic Rumble. So
That's right.
Let me grab this overview real quick. I'm always never prepared for these things. So we have Callie here. Let's go ahead and break it down into the news of the game. As of right now, currently, we have the spring event in progress. Have either of you purchased the spring pass and been doing things for that? Have you gotten Woolly Tails yet?
Sonic Rumble has too much of my money. Yes, I have. I have purchased every event pass. I'm not ashamed of it. Maybe
I'm kind of in the same boat. Kind of in the same boat.
Game fun.
I purchased it, and yeah, I did get the cursed Woolly Tails.
First Woolly Tails, he's a little lad. Why don't people like the Woolly? The Woolly lineup is unbeatable. Woolly Amy is going to dominate all of them.
Look, even though he's cursed, they are very powerful. Like if you put like a squad of
all I ask is a Woolly Metal Sonic,
Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. That is going to be terrifying.
I want Woolly Metal Sonic now because I'm just so curious to know how that would look like.
Yeah, I'm curious of Woolly Metal Sonic. I really want it.
That'd be actually pretty cool.
So there are 10 to 11 days left, depending on where you are playing Rumble currently, if you have access to it. So be sure to get that pass if you're looking forward to getting Woolly Tails. Also, be sure to get Spring Cream, because Spring Cream is a really unique skin that they seem to really love bringing back during springtime.
I really like Spring Cream. I'm glad Cream got some love for this season.
Oh yeah,
it is kind of around Easter time, so it makes sense.
You know, Cream in general is just getting a lot of love lately in a lot of things. So
surprisingly, you know, nice as much as they tend to like leave her out of everything.
No, she's been popping off lately. I mean, this year.
Thank you for the 2
I mean, obviously,
pounds.
this is a year for Sonic spin-offs and whatnot with Rumble and Cross World, but it's also just the year for the forgotten. Like, we have 2 games coming out this year.
Yes,
where
yes,
Espio and Charmy are playable again.
It's insane.
It's the year of Espio and Charmy and whatnot.
Not to mention the Babylon Rogue. The Babylon Rogue are finally coming back.
Yeah.
The fact that they even remembered Wave Storm is wild to me.
Hopefully they get added to Rumble at some point.
That's what I'm hoping for. It feels very off-putting to see so much Riders love, yet no Wave or Storm.
No Wave and Storm, yeah.
And then obviously I guess we could highlight this for a little bit, the content creator program, because I know I've been asked to promote it a lot on the channel. So if you are a content creator and you have over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, 5,000 views average over the last 30 days, and have uploaded within the past 2 weeks, you can go and apply to become a content creator for Sonic Rumble. I have a link for that in the description.
I think you have till April 10th to sign up for that.
Yes.
So, not a whole lot of time left, but imagine they'll close it and they will reopen it again at a later point.
Definitely. You get some pretty awesome perks such as Crystal Tales, a content creator chow, a content creator social media reaction trail, as well as a golden microphone beside your name in the game and social links presented on your profile, which is really smart.
I found out that you had to toggle the microphone thing and whatnot.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been something that
could.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been something that was left on for default, but for whatever reason defaulted to off.
Yeah. I appreciate that you can turn it off though, so that way you can kind of blend in if you want to. And I respect that because it is definitely something that will lead to target that player.
Yes,
which,
yes, yes, definitely.
But it's still cool, and I like that it has it.
It is. I like the idea of it because it just gives you more of a... Because I know that the naming system in Rumble isn't really limited, so like anyone can name themselves Calimackin and play as Calimackin, but you won't know it's actually Calimackin unless you saw the golden microphone.
Yes, that aspect is probably my favorite part of it. Is I think I actually said that on stream that no one can pretend to be me now because it'd be weird if they also got into the creative program and whatnot. Like, what the heck is this going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do like that.
Gonna have like a clone of yourself, Shadow Callie.
Oh God.
And all right, so those are the big 2 things happening right now in Rumble when it comes to news. Callie, since you are the guest here, this episode is mostly going to be about you, obviously. So we do have an interview, and for those who want to ask Callie a question, we're going to have a very small Q&A because we are kind of on a time crunch.
It should be pretty fine. We're pretty. It should be okay-ish.
Okay, all right. Well, I just want to make sure that it's safe for on time for everyone because I know it's very late for you, Fez, and I know you have plans after this, Callie.
Oh yeah.
So, I guess we can just get right into it. What are your thoughts and opinions on Rumble so far? How have you been liking it?
Rumble is... okay. Rumble, I think... There's no way to be around the bush or whatnot. Obviously, it is definitely a competitor to Fall Guys and whatnot. And I think Sonic Rumble completely, utterly destroys Fall Guys in every possible way. I really enjoy the much faster paced gameplay and whatnot. I appreciate that the rounds are faster and that a big part for me in terms of online gaming is pacing and how quickly you go from one round to the next round to the next round to the next round. And I'm really glad that Rumble's on top of that. I also think the devs have been so sweet and supportive with not only us fans and whatnot. They've been really responsive with fixing things and playing since I think it came available for Australia around December, November. I can already see that the game has massively improved. So it gives me a lot of hopes for Rumble for the future and whatnot as we do slowly approach to the global launch. So I love Sonic Rumble. I love its devs and whatnot. They're very sweet. They're very kind. And I'm glad I finally got my Amy Rose in one of these games because I was so angry that Amy didn't get added in Fall Guys. I was like, now I've got the best option. Now I just have Sonic Fall Guys, and it's so much better.
I definitely agree with that. But go on, Fez.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, I think you hit the nail on the head. I've played a bunch of Fall Guys clones. One could say, I guess, or Fall Guys likes is a better term. And yeah, no, Sonic Rumble is just, it plays like it handles really well, because I think one of the problems with Fall Guys is the controls can be kind of finicky, and the platforming's not great. Where Sonic Rumble, it feels like it is
a lot
very
more responsive.
Yeah, a lot more responsive. And
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all I was saying. Sorry.
I know when Rumble had its big maintenance and whatnot, I decided like, I'll play Fall Guys for a bit, just to remember what was this like. I turned it off after one round. I was just like, the pace of it is like,
yeah, I don't know what it is about Fall Guys.
6 or 7 rounds of nothing, and it's just like it felt so slow. The connection is so bad and whatnot. And I'm just the entire time.
I mean, even same goes for like Stumble Guys. I tried out Stumble Guys, and there was just something about it that just didn't really feel right to me. Something about Rumble just really hits. Well, it gets it right. Kind of. It's like right speed.
I can tell you one thing about Stumble Guys, Dave.
Yeah.
It's that music. It never stops.
True.
It's the same music track on loop constantly.
That did get a bit annoying.
I know nothing of Stumble Guys.
But yeah, no, Rumble, and I think that is a shared sentiment across the community. I just had a player spotlight video go out today, which is a brand new series on the channel where I'm going in and I'm highlighting some specific players in the community, such as people from the top of the leaderboards, so that should be pretty fun. And from most of the responses that I got to the question of their thoughts and opinions on Rumble compared to other games, they just find that it controls a lot better, and it feels a lot better, and it's less pay to win, as for most other games has a lot of pay to win options in it. So it is very nice to see that
there's no pay to win at all in the standard matches. There's a little bit for the leaderboards for sure. But in terms of just like basic play, which most of the people who will play Sonic Rumble when it comes to global launch, that's the only thing they're going to care about. I'm glad that there's no pay to win, because there is that one buff emote, the little slide. I think it's the baseball slide.
Baseball slide.
That is very strong, but I'm pretty sure everyone gets up for one for free.
Yes,
so
you get that through the challenges, or not the challenges, the red star rings.
The rank system.
Yeah, the rank system. Yes, the more you get rank, I think if you get all S ranks, they give you the baseball slide. It's either all S ranks or all A ranks.
Gotcha.
I will say as well, something, and I've been meaning to ask this, because something I've noticed with the current season that they're on right now, I'm really liking the pacing of the battle pass. It doesn't.
Oh yeah.
I like 90 tiers. I like basically for the skins and stuff, and then everything.
I just finished it like the other day ago, and there's like 40 days left.
They've made them so much better, because I know when we did get access to the game in Australia, it took pretty much forever to go up a level. Like you would only go up by like the levels by your dailies, because you would get shards in your daily things, like the Amy challenges or the Eggman challenges. Now just doing a game, guaranteed you will go up a level one. So they've made that. For players probably like us and whatnot, whenever a new season comes out, bam, I'm already completed the board in one day.
Much. Already like 10 days, maybe even 5 days.
I much prefer it like that.
Yeah.
I much prefer it like that, because there are other people who can't play as much as potentially we can. So, it allows them to finish the boards.
And I feel like a lot of live service games that have the battle pass stuff, like they kind of forget that people have lives. You don't want the game to turn into a job.
I totally agree.
One suggestion that I do hope that they implement in is I really like how after level 90, it's where in between 90 to 100 you just get nothing but rings. I do wish that they would implement something that goes beyond 100, so like you just constantly get like a few rewards for continuing it, because it does feel like once you're done with the battle pass, it's like, okay, what am I grinding now? You know?
Yes, no, I do agree, and that would kind of, because obviously their ads are not going to be in the PC version of the game, but like it keeps on popping up like, oh, watch an ad and whatnot, and double your experience. Like, there's nothing this goes to and whatnot.
Yeah,
so why would I bother?
it's going towards nothing unless an event is happening, and I haven't already beaten the event pass.
Yeah. That'd be a way for them to kind of generate revenue.
There's some games that, like, when you get to a certain tier that I've seen, they just give you like an infinite tier that like rewards you with, you know, premium currency and stuff like that. I think that could be a good idea for the devs, so like have an infinite tier that just gives us red star rings and and stuff like that.
I think that would be very nice, especially, I mean, I know red star rings are easy to get when you first start out, especially with the challenges, when you're doing the challenges, but it does get to a point where it starts to slow down on how you get red star rings, unless you're like paying for Rumble Plus, which gives you it like 15 every month for that subscription, or just on a whim of them just gifting red star rings. You don't really find yourself finding a way to get more red star rings after you're done with pretty much most of the stuff that they give out to you.
Yeah.
So moving on from the thoughts and opinions on Rumble so far, it's pretty much a no-brainer question, obviously, but Callie, what would you say your favorite character is, or characters are, and what are some of your favorite stages?
Well, I'll say yes. I have a very, particular strong favorite character, and whatnot. And I would probably say my favorite skin of her in the game currently is probably Popstar Amy. Though I do really like that she has that Extreme Riders Amy skin, being the concert art for Sonic Riders. That's super cool. In terms of favorite stages, I think my favorites are some of the survival minigames and whatnot. Because some of the survival minigames, if you got players who know how to actually dodge, they can actually get really intense. And I like the Death Egg Robot one, the laser one, Chemical Plant, the Starlight Carnival, where you're on that both the Starlight Carnivals, because there's the treadmill one as well as also the one where you're on the trail thing. I just really like most of the minigames and whatnot. I feel like at least everything, there's something enjoyable about them. Except for one minigame. There's one minigame I absolutely despise, and I will always be very, very upset every time it shows up. I hate Seaside Hill Finale.
Really?
I do not like it. I do not like the 2D finale. That minigame feels like it's really desyncy and really laggy. Like the amount of times I hit a spring, I'm overside, I'm getting hit from someone from the side I just left. I just don't like how that minigame feels. I think the beginning part is fine. I just wish that the arena where you actually, fight each other was 3D instead of 2D.
Right.
And that makes sense. Then I would have no issues with it.
Yeah, that one I could definitely get behind.
I like every minigame.
Every minigame seems to be pretty alright. I personally, I don't know how often you come across it, but they have brought back a minigame that I personally despise, and I think it's the Frozen Factory Team Survival, where you're being frozen and you have to knock the other team that's frozen off the ice rink. It just...
Funny thing about that minigame at the moment, it's broken if you play with free camera.
Oh, really?
Yes, I can potentially send you a clip if you want it.
Okay.
For some reason, if you have free camera on in that minigame, the camera will completely freak out. It's very, very, very uncomfortable. I did send a link of it to the dev saying like, hey,
I am very interested in this because I never play with free cam.
Yeah, I really like free cam.
I should probably give that a shot.
Weird. Let's go. It was a bit weird at first because it would have moments where, for instance, say like the Starlight Carnival racing finale, when you hit the first grind rail, it would take you to the next section, but the camera would be 180 away from the way you are facing. And that was really, really annoying because you have to actually turn your camera manually going into it because you can't turn the camera while on the rail.
Right.
Thankfully, in the most recent update, they did fix that, so all that now works great. So now it feels a lot better. However, the thing I just posted in our chat and whatnot, this is a bug currently on that minigame. So if you don't like it now, this makes it significantly worse.
Okay. Here, I'll show that to the chat real quick. Because I've never seen this myself, so I'm very curious of how this looks.
It's bad.
I'd imagine. Let me get this display capture.
The one annoying thing about playing squads at the moment, which I do hope they make a permanent mode. I love squads. I want it permanent, not timed.
I'm so confused as to why they keep it permanent. It's just so weird.
Well, why? It's because special rumble.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh yeah! Oh no! That is so jittery.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
no.
not great.
How did that get overlooked? Do none of the testers play with free cam? Oh god, I'm kind of like motion sick just watching it. Okay, I'm gonna turn off if anybody else is motion sick.
I'm going to the habit of turning off the feed if it gets that mini game. I don't want chat to deal with it. It's bad.
Oh man, that was bad. Ooh. All right, let me just, for a reason, Discord decided to mess up the VTuber. All right, there we go.
My legs. I like them.
No legs.
Got a black bar above my head.
All right, but yeah, no. Most of the mini games, I'd say that I've had a pretty fun time with. What about yourself, Fez? I know we've asked about this before on Rumblecast when it's just you and me, but has any of the stages recently you come to like even more?
I just like any of the ones where you're just doing pure platforming, because I'm a massive fan of just 3D platformers. So whenever we get those like Wraith ones, I really enjoy them. Ones where you collect a lot of the rings as well, where it's just like a grab the most rings sort of games. It is just stupidly addicting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'm very basic. I'm very basic when it comes to the mini games I like.
Not too hard to please. I mean, I know we've talked about it in your stream the other day, Callie. Talked about things that we would like to see. I personally, Metal City from Sonic Riders is a big one that I really want.
Some Sonic Riders levels would be sick, considering how much love there is for riders in Rumble and whatnot, with all the emotes and with stickers and outfits and whatnot, I should say.
I will scream from the heavens again if I see anything from Riders, because I already screamed once during Crossworlds. Like, I'm going to do it again if they put Metal City in Rumble.
I'm super excited. So for another question that I have for you, Callie, is since you play Rumble religiously, I'm aware. I know you were on the top of the leaderboards quite a while back.
Yes, I was for the previous season. Yeah.
Do you have any tips and tricks that you would like to share with anybody that may be looking to take Rumble more competitive route?
Baseball slide is definitely the first thing. It's not 100% needed, but it just gives you little advantages, like being able to grab a power up before someone else can get to it and whatnot. Practically a lot of it. Well, I would say free cam. Free cam is definitely, it takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get used to fully controlling your camera, being able to just fully look around in games and like see where things spawn. Like, I hated the seahorse minigame without free cam. Because you couldn't see where the power-up spawned properly. It was very dependent on the camera. Now I can now whenever I play that minigame, as soon as I see the power-up spawn, because I am looking for it, whatnot, I immediately go for it and just have that secured and hit someone, because that seahorse is completely RNG, how many rings you get at it. And so that's just much more of a consistent way to win. So I used to hate it. Now I like that minigame, and that's all the difference just because of being able to control my camera. So honestly, yeah, the biggest thing I would say in terms of being more competitive Rumble is learn the free camera. It just adds a lot.
All right. pretty good. I am definitely gonna have to check out FreeCam after we're done with this, because I am curious. I never really messed with it because I'm not the best when it comes to FreeCam in Sonic games. I just much rather have the camera do its own thing.
The camera is pretty good in Rumble and whatnot. There are multiple settings of the FreeCam, but I would recommend if you are going to mess with it, because I think there's free settings. And let me actually quickly bring up my own. I think it's battle settings, right? Yeah, there's free settings of the camera, like camera controls. Well, there's rotate automatically in specific area, because face my main target if any, or face the character's directions. I have all three of those off, and that allows me just the camera. I control what it does the entire time, and I just much prefer playing the game like that.
All right, that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they also allow you to adjust the camera settings like that.
Yes, no, it's super
that's very
cool.
nice.
It makes the game feel a little less like a mobile game.
Oh yeah, no, it makes it more of a personalized experience. Very nice to have. And I really appreciate it when they do that in the modern Sonic games as well. Just having more free reign over what you're able to do. And I guess the last thing for the game category that we have here are predictions for the future. I know we talked about Metal City and Sonic Riders Love. Are there anything that you are specifically hoping to come to the game? Ignore me popping out of existence for a second.
Oh, no, you're good.
I don't know what happened with the camera there.
Well, I mentioned earlier, I would love to see squads as a permanent mode.
Yes.
I hate that it's not. I'm curious to know how the competitive thing and whatnot, because they're talking about a competitive thing, and it seems like it's being able to make your own clans or whatnot or something like that. So I'm curious to know how that is all going to work, as well as also characters having unique abilities. I don't know if they're just kind of highlighting more of the emotes, or like, can Amy, because they mentioned Amy being able to use her hammer, and I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean I can use it while running?
She kind of already do that with an emote.
She can, but it's just like, the fact that they're highlighting it more now is like, makes me feel like, are they changing things or are they adding things? So we kind of just have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely I want squads as a permanent mode. Obviously new stages is always awesome. Reasons to keep on playing the game. What's that?
Amy's room from Battle?
Oh yeah, from Battle.
as a ring survival.
Dude, that'd be so sick,
ring survival. No, I get more as a ring. Whatever the last round is cool. That would be fun. No, I wasn't thinking about. I'm pretty okay with stages. Like, I love Sonic Superstars, so seeing a Sonic Superstars stage in the game is like, yes.
I'm so glad it's Pinball Carnival. I'm so glad it's Pinball Carnival.
It's a good one. I'd love to see obviously more characters and more outfits. So like Omega to complete Team Dark. I like to think of Sonic Rumble as this is Dr. Eggman. You know, he's learning to what it's like to become a dad after having Sage. So that's why he's built all these toys. So I would really like there to be Sage at some point in the game. So yeah, Sage, Omega, the other Babylons.
It'd be pretty cruel if he made it for his daughter and he's like, no, sorry, daughter, you're not allowed.
I like the ongoing joke.
I didn't make one.
I like the ongoing joke that Fez and I have come up with, that we just like to think that he's making these toys and he's sending them out to the Sonic and Tails and other Sonic friends. So like, he just makes one of Maria and sends it off to Shadow. He's like, do you like the one that I made of Maria, my dead cousin?
That would be. I mean, this is how you technically have Maria as a playable Sonic character or whatnot, because it is technically a toy, but it'd be a bit weird. I would like to see the IDW characters come in at some point.
Oh yes. I am a huge supporter for Tangle and Whisper.
And if Movie Sonic gets in the game, and if this Rumble's still getting updates in 2 years, I better get Movie Amy. Otherwise,
I'd honestly be really shocked if Movie Amy or Movie Metal Sonic don't make it in.
Yeah, no, Amy and Metal Sonic are gonna have like a grand like entrance into Rumble. Cool. Like, I can just see it.
Yeah, I mean, cool. I 100% see them going all out with marketing for that movie, especially tying it into this game. But yeah, I mean, personally for myself, I know I've said it before. I'd really love City Escape to get in, whether it be a survival where you're like dodging the gun truck charging at you.
Yes.
We do need more level themes, and I mean, I'd be all for more Superstars levels as well. Maybe even Mania.
Yeah.
Studiopolis would be sick.
Studiopolis would be cool.
Yes. I still want to see that stage in 3D. I've been wanting to see it in 3D for the longest time, and Sega never gives it to me.
Somewhat in some other fan games, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, there are some fan games that try to recreate it in 3D, but having it as an actual 3D stage officially would be really nice.
Would be cool.
I'm curious if they're going to try and work any kind of like Frontiers Islands into like a minigame stage.
That'd be interesting and whatnot. No, not sure. Definitely adventure needs some love. Also something from Unleash would be always cool. Because I don't think there's any. No, that is something. There's a lot from Lost World.
We've got Chip from Lost World. But Chip is like the only thing we have from Unleash.
Chip, yeah, that's what we have from Unleash. I wonder if Werehog will get.
It's the only buddy I will ever use.
It's the only buddy you'll ever use.
Amy Chow from
the game seems to be taking a lot of hints or a lot from Speed Sim when it comes to skin selections. Yes. And we did have that chained Werehog skin that Nabrak made, which is a reference to the concept art for Werehog, I believe. So I'm wondering if we'll get that as a skin for Werehog, because I think that would be really sick.
It'd be nice to have Werehog, because like, one, again, it's a toy, so it doesn't have to make sense. And two, I'm pretty sure Werehog is in the other mobile games. I do not play the other mobile games very well, but I think he's there, right?
He is.
He's in Speed Sim as well. So like, and Speed Sim has day, and you can be Werehog. So like, who cares?
Yeah. I think the Werehog is most likely going to appear at Halloween. Like, I feel he's an extremely safe bet, because the game will probably be out by then. Hopefully.
One would hope.
Well, we are in spring. We are in spring as of March 20th. So we are closing in on the next update.
The end of the season will be release date, but I've said that 3 times now. So
eventually, I feel like it'll be a good time.
It definitely would be a good time, but also at the same time, I can't really blame the devs for taking their time with crafting this game, because as we saw with the free cam bug earlier, there are still many adjustments that they need to be made to the game before global launch.
Yeah, No, so, I imagine one of the main reasons why the game has taken so long is because of the PC version, because I don't know if that was initially on the cards to do a PC version until so many people after the first American beta would say, like, we want PC, we want PC, we want PC. And props to them, they listened.
I was actually surprised to see it.
That adds a whole other extra development.
I'm glad the PC version is coming out. I feel hopefully if this does well, we might see a console port in the future. I think this would really work well on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Zuka-san did talk about wanting there to be console releases, because their idea for Rumble is that it is kind of the game to carry the torch in between the big releases because of it. I mean, as we've already seen with the season things, like, even if it's not much, we get little bits of updates. Like last, not this update that just went. The last update had 12 new mini games thrown in. It was like, dang, that's a lot. And this one only had 3, but a lot of things. There was a lot of extra things in this update, like with the sticker system, with the stamp system, as well as also the new shard things to get old skins, which is also really, really cool. So. No, it's super excited to see how they continue doing that. And it's nice to have something Sonic to look forward to every couple of months, instead of like, okay, we have our big Sonic thing at the end of the year. Now we have to wait a whole another year for anything else.
Yeah, and I personally think that's what they're trying to get Rumble and Crossworlds out for this year, because I know it was reported that they are going to slow down the production a little bit on Sonic games because they want to add more quality to it. So having something ongoing like Rumble and Crossworlds side by side going throughout the years, it will definitely help cover for the weight of that next mainline game.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
But all right, so that is pretty much everything to talk about for Rumble now. So I guess we could go into Q&A.
Sure.
All right. So if you have a question that you would like to ask Callie, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll grab as many as we possibly can. Callie is also watching chat, so you're more than welcome to just choose any question that you want.
Why am I not shocked? Why not? I know, Katie. A lot, as you should know. As you should know. How did you meet Sonic, Callie? See, that's a much more fun question. My dad was a scientist. So he went on business trips a lot. And one of his business trips, he came home. He came home with toys for me and my sister, and he came home with a toy of it was a little Sonic. It was a little Sonic head where you could pull the quills off, and there was like bubble gum inside. And I really thought it was cool. And then a few days later, we presumably went to the video store, and I saw Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog VHS there. So I started, Sonic for me was a toy, then a TV show, and then a game. So, and then I got Dreamcast, and I've been stuck with this Hedgehog, God, for probably over 25 years of my life, probably more. Yeah, probably more, probably 26, 27. He's been around for a very long time.
That is pretty exciting, and it is always awesome to hear how people get into Sonic, because it's always different. There's always someone that gets in from the toys, the movies, or the cartoons. It's never. I mean, obviously, most of the case it would be the games, but it always varies. So it is always interesting.
I know someone who got in with Rise of Lyrics, so like it is fascinating.
Oh man,
they've gone on to make really impressitive Sonic mods. So I was like, wow, Rise of Lyrics did a good thing.
Okay, well, I mean, there's one good thing to take from that.
Yeah, the way I got into it was just my friend wouldn't stop talking about Sonic, and I was just like, all right, I'll play it. And
see, I plan to do that with my kids one day. It's the ultimate goal. They gotta become Sonic fans, otherwise, oh no.
Yeah, no, my first game was Sonic Adventure myself. It was supposed to be my mom's game, but I took over. It was mine.
Yeah, my first was Heroes, but Adventure 2 was the one that made me realize, like, oh, I love this series.
My first was 2 at someone else's house, but I don't count it because it was at someone else's house. My first proper one was my first proper one was SA1 on a Dreamcast. So you know, I love it very much. I met a pink cat.
Very good start.
At least I thought she was a cat.
I feel like that was a common misconception for Amy, as well as the misconception for Knuckles being a girl.
People know this is, I've not heard of that.
There were so many kids in my school that would like they didn't know about Sonic, but they knew that I liked Sonic, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Sonic has friends like Tails and his girlfriend Knuckles." I'm just like,
I hear Tails is the girl.
I've never heard girl Knuckles. I've heard people think Tails is a girl before, but never girl Knuckles.
I think it's because of the long hair that he has. Like maybe they just thought that because he had long hair,
I thought Tails was a girl till I read the SA2 manual, and it said he was a boy, and I was like,
I can totally get the Tails being misconcepted as a girl, but Knuckles, it just always weirded me out when someone asked if Knuckles was a girl. I was like, no.
That is definitely an odd one.
You got another one from Kitty here.
Okay. Should I read it or?
Yeah, you go ahead. I was making sure the one that was above that wasn't a question for you specifically.
Oh, gotcha. Ask Callie, who was your first Sonic character that made you realize that you love Sonic games as much as you do? Kitty, you know the answer to this one. You've seen my videos and whatnot. I've literally made a video on this question. It was Amy and whatnot. Because
it was Big the Cat.
I'm trans. Oh, I saw Big the Cat and I knew I needed to become a fisherman. No, because I am trans and whatnot, and Amy, because back in that time, man, female characters just were not playable in video games besides the spin-offs. And yes, there were some, but for the particular young children, not so much. And Amy being playable and having her own little adventure, it was something that just kind of really grabbed me when I was young. And you know, I just kind of immediately idolized Amy, loved everything about her, and over 28, yeah, God, it would have been 2000 or whatnot. So yeah, no, about 25 years later, still addicted to this pink hedgehog, man. I like her a little bit. She's kind of cool. She's kind of cool.
It's like it's so funny because I'm scrolling on Twitter and like I'll see a post from you, Callie, and it'll be about Amy, and then I'll scroll down like two tweets later, it'll be Imsbury talking about Amy. It's just like my timeline is full of Amy from both Callie and Imsbury.
Good. Oh, it's gonna be bad when Sonic 4 comes out. Like you won't be able to escape Amy and whatnot. Then it will be other people joining us.
Yes, there will be so many other people joining the Amy train.
The year of Amy will be real.
It's coming. Coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Did you want to talk about Amy? Thank you, Virtual Cat.
Ims is great. I really hope to get her on this cast. Someone asked, what is your favorite skin for Amy? I believe you answered that earlier.
Popstar. Yeah. Yes. Popstar Amy, but give me classic Amy. I love modern and classic Amy equally, but classic Amy's my little baby gremlin, and I want to be my little baby gremlin. One thing I do really like about Sonic Rumble over Fall Guys is the fact that while every character is the same, everyone has different heights, and you do like there's no buffs or advantages over playing different characters. But being Cream and then being Big feel very different and whatnot just because of the space you take up.
Threatening to see Big the Cat just charging at full speed. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I want to be a little classic Amy. Like no one expects me to be a threat, but I would be the
Amy
biggest
skin
threat.
Would be very nice. I think classic characters in general would be cool to see, but I don't know how they would really pull it off. I'd be very interested to see how they would pull it off.
I think they could pull it off. And I think something like that would be really cool for an anniversary event.
What do you mean, like hard to pull it off? Because I take it because the Rumble.
Well, yeah, it's because of the proportions of the characters. I feel like doing like a classic, I feel like a classic Amy would be easier to do than like per se like a classic Sonic. Yeah,
I think the hardest would be definitely Tails and Knuckles because they are very similar. Classic Sonic is still like because he's rounder and whatnot. Definitely Sonic, Amy, and Eggman would be the easiest. But I still love to just see the classic characters as well as just see classic characters that don't have modern versions. So like Mighty, Trip, and Ray. Fang would be cool as well.
Fang would be nice. I mean, Heavy and Bomb, please. The most forgotten characters of all time.
If Charmy can be playable in 2 games in 1 year, Heavy and Bomb can come back.
Heavy and Bomb deserve a reprising.
It's your 30th anniversary this year. To my knowledge. Yes, I think it's in April and whatnot. Knuckles Chaotix' 30th anniversary. Honey the Cat, yes, Honey the Cat.
Modern Heavy and Bomb, sure. I mean, I'm up for it. I feel like they would honestly fit in Rumble. And I mean, I've talked about this with a few friends before. I think even Dylan, I don't know if you're still in chat, but like the Motobug, like having Badniks as playable characters would be so sick.
That'd be cool. Because, we think Eggporn is playable in Crossworld and whatnot. Until I probably see him on a character select screen, I'm not entirely sure if I believe it, because we had the exact same thing in TSR where early screenshots we saw Eggporn in a car, but he was not playable in the game whatsoever. So we'll see what happens and whatnot. But I'd love to see that. That'd be super cool.
I think
Killsoul and Mecha Knuckles would also be really cool.
Oh my gosh. That'd be insane. Egg Robo. Could you imagine the Egg Robo coming back as a playable character?
Yeah.
That'd be funny. I'd actually like to see that.
I personally would love to see some more Sonic R love as well, having race stages based off of, like Resort Island, maybe Radical City.
Oh my god, could you imagine the remixes they could do with the Sonic R music?
Oh my gosh, I'm not ready.
The remixes in Rumble are great.
I love the remix. My favorite, probably, it's so hard to choose, but it's between Silent Forest and Desert Ruins.
Desert Ruin, yeah.
Those are good. Those are good. I'm quite fond of Finale Pinball Carnival. I don't particularly care for that finale, but the music pretty good.
Oh yeah, no. It's the finale is it can be a bit challenging. I've had quite a few hardships getting up to the top in Desert Ruins. But all right. Any more questions that you guys have for Callie before we wrap this up? You want Sonic Man? I want Sonic Man.
Oh my god, he would be sick. I want Pele the beloved dog as well.
Oh my god. Dear. I don't know if there are anymore. I feel like I might have. Well, I am also kind of dumb, so apologies.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, there's one. Least favorite 2D and 3D Sonic game. Oh, that's hard. Oh wait, no, 2D's easy. Shattered Crystal. Oh god, I hate that game. Least favorite 3D. That's significantly harder.
I always have trouble with that question.
I don't know. Like I can give you my top 5 favorite Sonic games. That's super easy. And least favorite 2D Sonic game is easy as well.
Maybe Lost World
yes,
3DS?
thank you, Virtual Cat. Yeah, Lost World 3DS. Oh god, I totally forget how awful that game
There's
is.
such thing
I don't
as
mind
a
Lost World PC. Lost World 3DS was not a good system for Sonic. Oh dear.
Lost World 3DS nearly killed me.
The thing that Lost World 3DS killed me with was the special stages. Like if you took out the special stages, I think the game would be semi okay.
If someone makes an Amy mod for it at some point, I'll try it again.
Well, I mean, 3DS modding, from what I've seen, have been taking off a little bit, especially with the Sonic Generations 3DS.
Yeah, no, I do have the Amy thing for that.
So
I have to look at it.
That would be pretty interesting.
You want to talk about a bad 3D Sonic game? No, Rise of Lyric, because that game actually broke my Wii U in the funniest way imaginable.
Man.
Yeah. It was Sonic saying time to rev the engines, and then it froze the game. And then my Wii U wouldn't turn off. I had to unplug it, plugged it back in, would never turn back on again.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe that.
He revved the engines. Yeah.
Huh.
That
he revved those engines probably a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
He did.
He saw a ramp.
That ramp broke your
Wii U as ramps.
Your Wii U said, "I don't want to play this."
I have a weird
this
soft spot
crap
for Rise
game.
of Lyric. I know it's not good. That there's a. I have a weird soft spot for it.
It has its charm.
Yeah.
It definitely has its charm. I just wish it were better. I do wish it were better.
To be honest, I like all 3D Sonic games, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think there's something to enjoy in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are we do any more questions or?
We can do this one last one right here if you want. How is the Amy and Shattered Generations going?
Yes, that mod of, because we're I don't know if you two know, I've been working on a mod for Amy Generations to get rid of Shadow. And it's pretty big. We do have actually Ensbury involved in it, and currently we are in the process of redubbing all the boss fights except for Black Doom, because I want to tackle Black Doom's rewrites from beginning to end in one thing, so that way I can kind of connect things. But it's going well. We're going to be modding out Mephiles to actually be, well, he's still Mephiles, but instead of Shadow's Shadow, he's Amy's Shadow, so he'll now look like Amy. That'll be fun getting a female voice to voice Mephiles.
I tweeted that recently today.
Yeah, I made a poll because I wasn't sure what people would want if and the Mephiles Amy won by a landslide. So I was like, okay, Mephiles Amy. I write for a female Mephiles. Well, I don't really. Mephiles is just kind of a thing. And whatnot. That's just an entity that takes a shadow of a living thing or whatnot and uses its form. But no, it's going really well, and hopefully once the Mephiles boss fight is done, while the full mod won't be completed yet, we'll just get an update so people can mess around with it while I work on the rest of it.
All right, that sounds exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I definitely want to cover that on the channel. I need to get back into mod showcases. So I know that's one thing coming up, but if there's anything you would like to plug, anything that's coming up for you personally, you're more than welcome to right now.
My birthday's in a week.
Oh, happy early birthday!
Anything I can think of. Yeah, no. I currently I do Twitch, I do YouTube, but nothing particularly that crazy coming up. Just kind of usual. There will be Sonic Rumble. I will stream Sonic Rumble, and people will probably get tired of it, but I don't care because
I mean that's pretty much everything I stream on this channel. So if they're not tired of it from you, they'll definitely get tired of it from me. But all right, be sure to follow Callie. She's on Twitch, as she stated, YouTube, Twitter. I'll be posting and updating social links in the description, as well as a pinned comment after the stream is done. I want to thank Callie so much for taking the time out of her day to be here. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it's lovely being here.
All right. Yeah. Anything from you, Fez, before we end off?
Hello, it's me, Fez. This was a very nice stream. That's all.
That's all. Fez is also on Twitch. If you want to go give him a follow, he's also on Twitter and Blue Sky. I think Callie has a Blue Sky as well.
I do have a Blue Sky. I'm really bad at using it. I'll be real.
I do art and animations, and you'll be able to see me sometimes work on stuff on Twitch, as well as playing Sonic, Crash, and all sorts of gobbledygook.
Just gonna plug hashtag Crash Bandicoot for Sonic Rumble right here.
That's right. That's right.
That's actually an interesting thing, because they did talk about there being other characters popping into Rumble that aren't Sega. Sorry, not on Sega, that aren't Sonic.
And I don't know if getting that a taste of it pretty soon, apparently.
I feel like II has a very good chance, and that's fair. The Sonic characters got into Monkey Ball. I think that's
Sega characters make sense. But all right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and again, a huge thank you to Callie. It was a pleasure, and we'll catch you guys later.
Nice, thank you for having me.
Yeah.